In a chilling turn of events, just 48 hours before his tragic demise, conservative firebrand Charlie Kirk allegedly sent shockwaves through his inner circle. He reportedly made a defiant declaration, no more bowing to donor pressure, especially not from those pushing him toward a pro-Israel narrative he no longer supported. Candace Owens, his longtime ally turned truth-seeking missile, claims that Kirk was finished playing nice. He was done, she emphasized. But then, as if plucked from a political thriller, he was silenced by a bullet to the throat just before a reunion with Candace on stage. Was this timing merely a morbid coincidence, or something darker? Why is this story being drowned in silence by mainstream outlets? Owens is now on a collision course with the people she believes are hiding the truth, and her refusal to back down could very well make her the next target. But the deeper she digs, the more the silence around her grows deafening and dangerous. I refuse to be bullied. As investigators chase whispers, Candace Owens reveals what could be the digital smoking gun, a group chat involving Charlie Kirk and 8 others, one of them confirmed to be Rob McCoy, another, now exposed, Josh Hammer. In these private messages, Kirk makes it brutally clear he had just lost a $2 million donor for refusing to cancel Tucker Carlson, and he had no intention of being pushed any further. Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes, Charlie allegedly wrote, adding, "I will not be bullied anymore." The text thread, verified and dated 48 hours before his death, paints the picture of a man cornered by power, but not surrendering. Owens teased releasing more names soon, turning this chat into a ticking time bomb. Who were the others on that thread, and what might they be hiding now that Kirk is gone? Owens says she's only begun peeling back the layers, and what lies beneath may ignite a political firestorm. Pressure and big money. According to Owens, in the days leading up to Kirk's passing, a sinister meeting was held in the Hamptons, framed as an intervention. But this was no friendly concern. It was, Candace insists, an intimidation session. Names like Philemon and even Israel's own Benjamin Netanyahu surface in this jaw-dropping narrative. Threats were reportedly issued. Kirk was offered enormous sums of money, allegedly enough to elevate Turning Point USA to untouchable status. If only he'd toe the line. But Charlie, stubborn and loyal to his principles, refused. Candace believes this moment sealed his fate. He stood against power, and he paid the ultimate price. In a world where silence is bought, was Charlie Kirk punished for choosing truth over influence? What happened in that meeting, and why hasn't anyone who was there come forward to deny it under oath? Candace fights back. Moments after speaking out, Candace Owens was slammed with the gag order meant to shut her up and shut her down. But in typical Owens fashion, she laughed in the face of censorship. "I plan to violate it on the world's behalf," she declared publicly on X, triggering a digital uproar. Legal threats couldn't cage her voice. Behind the scenes, sources close to her say she's uncovered a mountain of evidence, so volatile it could burn the house down. What kind of information could terrify the establishment into silencing her? Gag orders are rare in public discourse, especially when someone is trying to expose what could be a politically motivated silencing. If Candace is lying, why not simply debunk her? Why deploy legal handcuffs instead of truth? The silence is screaming. A convenient suspect. Then comes the alleged scapegoat, Tyler Robinson. The FBI released blurry footage and a dramatic narrative that placed him on the rooftop of UVU, poised with the rifle. But Candace claims the whole thing is fiction. She says Tyler's parents deny everything, including ever stepping foot on campus. More shocking, a photo surfaced of Tyler casually grabbing a Blizzard at Dairy Queen at 6:38 p.m., 17 minutes away from the crime scene. No panic, no disguise. Same outfit, same face. Owens says this contradicts the entire timeline, and what's more alarming, Tyler allegedly never wrote the Discord messages the FBI attributes to him. So who did? Why fake an entire digital footprint unless the real culprit is being shielded? And shielded by whom? Who runs the narrative? After Charlie's death, Candace expected to grieve alongside friends at his memorial. Instead, she was removed from the guest list by none other than Charlie's wife, Erica, the same Erica who has now assumed leadership of Turning Point USA. Critics now whisper whether Erica is protecting a legacy or hiding secrets. Candace believes her expulsion was retaliation for asking uncomfortable questions. Viewers online have begun to ask, was Erica part of the pressure campaign? Was she complicit in silencing Charlie or merely trying to save what's left of his image? Either way, the rift has become public. And as Candace continues dropping bombshells, one can't help but ask, why is everyone trying so hard to keep her quiet? Missing camera, moved chair. Just when the story couldn't get darker, Candace revealed footage that left even skeptics speechless. Minutes after Charlie was pronounced dead, 2 unidentified men appeared at the scene. In the video, one climbs onto Charlie's chair, then removes a camera mounted directly behind where he sat. That camera could have held crucial footage of the shooter's angle, distance, and identity. But instead of preserving the evidence, they allegedly removed the SIM card and walked away. In police procedure, tampering with the crime scene is a massive breach. Why did no one stop them? Who authorized this? The footage is slow, deliberate, and deeply suspicious. Owens claims it's not incompetence, it's obstruction. Someone didn't want the truth seen. But why? A shot from the front. Owens shook the internet again when she claimed that Charlie Kirk wasn't shot from a rooftop at all. According to her sources, the bullet had no exit wound, suggesting a close-range attack. In her words, a rifle shot would have gone through 7 necks. The angle, trajectory, and bullet fragment all point to a direct frontal hit, stopping somewhere near the shoulder blade. If true, this demolishes the rooftop sniper theory. More curiously, Prime Minister Netanyahu himself made statements attempting to clarify wound inconsistencies, without being formally accused. Why jump in if you're not being accused? The premature defense itself raised more eyebrows than answers. What was he trying to get ahead of? Will Candace disappear too? History has shown us what happens when famous figures start talking too much. Dave Chappelle once disappeared to South Africa after turning down a $50 million contract, claiming psychological warfare and threats were closing in. He was labeled crazy by the media, but later vindicated. Now Candace Owens finds herself in a similar storm. After naming powerful political donors, challenging the FBI, and exposing inconsistencies, Owens says she feels targeted. Marjorie Taylor Greene even tweeted a bizarre declaration: "I'm not suicidal." A pattern is forming. Those who speak out suddenly find themselves isolated or silenced. Could Candace be next? The smear machine is revving its engine, and history may be repeating itself in real time. Who stands to gain from Charlie's silence? In the end, one unavoidable question looms large. Who benefits from Charlie Kirk being gone? His rejection of a $150 million deal, his refusal to cancel Candace, his break from Israel political donors, his text messages, his final words, his warnings, none of them paint the picture of a man at peace. He was surrounded, pressured, and finally gone. Candace Owens has been mocked, censored, and now endangered. But she's still standing and still asking questions no one else dares to utter. Is this all a conspiracy? Or is the truth more horrifying than we can imagine? As Candace peels back more layers, the world watches in fear and awe, because if she's right, then no one is safe from what's really going on behind the curtain.